ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, makes it difficult for a person to pay attention, sit still, and control impulsive behaviors. One can have the disorder starting in childhood. We sat down with a UCSF Fresno child psychiatrist. He shares with us some tips parents can use to help their child with the disorder. I'm here today with Dr. Patrick Shea. First, let's talk about what is ADHD.
So ADHD it stands for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So what it is a pattern of symptoms that can really interfere with a child's ability to learn and function. And I think of those as kind of four core things. One is just inattention, right? That inability to stay focused and concentrate. The second one is distractibility, the kid that gets distracted by every little thing. One is hyperactivity, so that on the go, running, climbing, hard to stay seated, fidgeting all the time. And the fourth one is impulsivity. These kids often get themselves into trouble because they sort of just act on impulse without thinking and do silly things without being able to think through the consequences.
At what age can parents pick up on signs of ADHD?
So most typically people will start to notice this or manifest the symptoms in a problematic way when in their early school years. So a child who's more severely affected may have issues in kindergarten. Another child who can kind of maybe is less hyperactive and can sort of cover for it, you'll start to see the problems more in first and second grade when they're expected to sit in a desk and sort of attend to the teacher's lessons all day long, that kind of thing. But usually you see it once the demand on the child sort of is counterbalanced by these symptoms that make it hard for him or her to comply with that.
So it sounds like ADHD certainly can affect a child when they're in that school environment.
Absolutely. It makes learning and functioning difficult, as you might imagine, because you have to be able to concentrate on the lesson, get what you need to get from it, that type of thing. And if you're distracted and have difficulty maintaining your focus, that's going to be hard, to say nothing of the hyperactivity and fidgetiness. You may not even be able to get your body still to pay attention. For a lot of kids, medications for ADHD really, truly are helpful, especially during the school year. Not all kids need to take them over the summer, so medications is one option. Another thing that's really helpful is school accommodations. So you can work with your child's teacher in school to get something called a Section 504 plan, which can include specific accommodations to help them with their ADHD, such as if they need something to kind of fidget with to maintain their attention, if they need a little extra time on certain tests or assignments, you can work with your school to get those kinds of things for your child if he or she would benefit.
It sounds like communication is key.
Absolutely.
To helping
yes.
your child thrive, especially in school.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
So I think it's really helpful for parents, all parents, but especially parents of kids who have ADHD or other things that can interfere with their learning, to maintain a really good, open communication relationship with their child's teacher. So the teacher, you know, in almost all cases is going to want their students to succeed and will appreciate the parent being involved to kind of let them know what the child might be dealing with and give the teacher an idea of what would help him or her succeed.
Thank you very much for those great tips, Dr. Shea.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.